We spent the night huddled in our hotel room, kept awake by the gunshots ringing through the night. The next morning, exhausted, we're escorted across the border into Nogales, Mexico, by armed guards carrying machine guns, past the long lineups of people being deported, cars honking, people screaming. It was chaos. We finally pull up to this small medical building and get rushed inside, past a guy washing blood off the sidewalk from last night's shooting. Inside, my husband's blood gets drawn to prepare for my injections. It feels surreal, like the movie Sicario, only this isn't fiction. This is our reality. How the hell did we end up here? One of our first dates was at the Air Canada Centre 21 years ago. He had surprised me with Toronto Maple Leaf tickets. I was a huge fan. I wore black high-heeled boots, feeling all sexy and confident. And then it happened. Smack! There I was, sprawled out on the steps, all eyes on me. I was so embarrassed. And there he was, so sweet, reaching for me to help me up while apologizing to me for rushing. In that moment, the embarrassment faded, and I knew that this man was going to be my husband. He didn't know it yet, but I did. And 1 year later, we celebrated our big fat Greek wedding. As a traditional Greek and Macedonian couple, we dreamed about having a family, doing family things. We even had our kids' names picked out. It was going to be amazing, until it wasn't. It took over 5 years of me peeing on more sticks than I can count, until one morning at 4 a.m., I finally saw the line that said, yes, I was pregnant. We were so happy. Our dreams were coming true. That was until the doctor told me that my numbers were low and that it might not be viable. Despite that, I was out buying baby clothes, thinking of mom life, and desperately trying to manifest this pregnancy. 1 week later, we received the news that we had lost our baby. This devastation was the beginning of a 10-year-long journey that included 5 very expensive and painful IVF treatments, 4 miscarriages, 3 D&Cs, and 1 failed adoption. Nothing had worked. My immune system kept attacking the embryo. So out of desperation, we agreed to do a DNA transferring procedure in Mexico that was illegal in most of the world. It seemed like a last-ditch effort, but I wanted this so badly. I wanted to be a mom more than anything. This has to work. God, it has to. And then I was pregnant. But as the weeks went on, the heartbeat grew weaker until one day it was just gone. The devastation was unbearable. I couldn't hear anything as they explained it. I ran into the stairwell and uncontrollably sobbing to my husband. I'm sorry. I can't give you a baby. You can leave if you want and find somebody who can. He looked at me with so much love and said, I'm not going anywhere. You're my life. That's when I realized no matter how many times we tried, no matter how much we lost, my husband would always love me. Throughout this process, people would say, you're so strong, you're so brave. Trying and losing and trying again is brave. Setting yourself up for agonizing disappointment is brave. Hell, going into the Mexican cartel is brave. We often think bravery is in the action, in the fighting, in the struggle. But I'm here to tell you that the bravest thing that I've ever done wasn't enduring those treatments or facing gunmen in Mexico. The bravest thing I've ever done was standing in front of a mirror and accepting myself as I am, childless, flawed, and yet whole. It's realizing that I am enough, not for what I can do, but for who I am. So who am I if I'm not the mother I thought I'd be? I am a woman, I am a wife, and I am enough. And that, my friends, is the bravest truth of all. Thank you.
change your life. Unleash